Let us solve the exercise number 4 in the part B of DBMS Lab. In this exercise, we are supposed to write a PL/SQL program to display the employee pay bill. And they said that we are supposed to use the cursor for loop for this one. To achieve this, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to use a procedure to receive the basic pay, and then we are supposed to compute DA, HRA, tax, PF, gross pay, and net pay. And they said that use the out to get these variables out of this procedure. And they have also said that the base table must contain only these things, that is employee number, employee name, and basic pay. They have asked us to insert 3 records, and there is a condition that is given to calculate the allowances. Apart from this, they have also shown us a sample bill, how this bill has to be prepared. So let's go ahead and let's do this exercise. I'm going to go to my VS Code here. If anything is there, I'm going to just close this one. So I'm going to say, let's say, save it. This is my previous exercise. I'm going to just save it, then close it. Okay. And I'm going to go, let me commit all the changes if it is there. And I'm going to go to the SQL developer over here. And if you are not connected, just connect it once by clicking here. And then click on the Open SQL Workbench. Then let us go ahead and let us create the base table. That is what they have said. We are supposed to create a base table that contains following columns. So your base table must contain following columns. I'm going to just keep it as my remark statement so that I can anytime go back and then create the table there. So let me start creating the table. You can did they give any details there? What is the name of the table? They have not given what is the name of the table. So I'm going to say employee details for that. So let's create a table called let's say EMP details. Let's say EMP details, and then put the next line. I'm going to type everything. So these are the things which are there: employee number, employee name, basic pay. So many things are there. So I'm going to say EMP number, NUM, employee number. This is what they have said, EMP number, which is I'm going to take it as a number. Okay. Then next one, I'm going to take it as employee name, EMP name. We'll take it as varchar2, and maybe employee name, maybe 50 characters. Then the last thing is basic pay. I'm going to say basic pay. Let me put it as single word there, and I'm going to take this one as number 10,2. Done with it. So our table is ready. So we have created that table. Let us select it and press Control and Enter. If the table is created for me, the first thing you are going to do is you are going to describe this particular table. So describe employee details table. During the examination, don't forget that thing. So just select it and press Enter. So you have the description of the table. Then they said that we are supposed to insert 3 records into it. I will cheat by copying the records from my notepad. So just assume that I have typed 3 records here. So the names, even though they have given some names here, I will not use that name, Raj, Rani, and other things they have given. I will use some other names, so that not really required that we have to blindly follow whatever they have given. So let me select it and press enter. 3 records are inserted, and very important during the examination is once you insert it, you just say select star from employee details, and just make it as employee details. Done. Let me just select emp details and then press Control Enter, and you have three records being created with the basic way. So this is done. Let us now concentrate on the procedure that we are supposed to create. So what is this procedure that we are supposed to create? So the first one is we are supposed to create a procedure. Let's see what is that we are supposed to. So we are supposed to create a procedure. To this procedure will receive basic pay from the table, and it will compute all these things. And they have already said that all of them must out. That means they are output parameters, and this will be the input parameters. So basic pay is the only input parameter that we are going to supply to our procedure. So let's go to the, let us build the procedure. So I'm going to say create, create or replace the procedure. Okay, what is the name of the procedure? Did they give any name for this procedure? One procedure. They have not given any name, so I'm good. We are free to use any name. So I'm going to use the name as compute pay. So let's say compute pay. This is my procedure. So this will be my procedure, and this procedure will take a few things. What are the things that the procedure will take it? I'm going to write it in one line here so that it is easier for us to read the content. The first one is, as they have said, that it is going to take the basic pay. So it will take the basic as the input parameter. And what is the data type of this basic? Basic must have the same data type as that of this one. So whatever basic pay is there, it must have the same data type. So how can I say that thing? So I'm going to say this is my basic. And what is the BASI? What is basic? Okay, this is an input parameter. I cannot say this is a number, so because it has to match there. How do I match that? First, I will say what is the name of my table, employee details, and then I'm going to say what is the field that I'm interested in. The field is a basic pay. Okay, and I'm going to use the percentage, and I'm going to say type of it. So the type of it is so what is even though we have written very lengthy story over here, what it really no this one no comma here. So what it really means is the type of it is not numeric and other things. So whatever is the data type that is specified in the table, that will be used up for the reference. Next one, what is that they have said is we are supposed to calculate DA, HRA tax, PF, and so on and so forth. So let us start calculating DA. So DA is again it's an output parameter, you know very well, and it is we are going to calculate it. It is number. Okay, I will not waste my time in typing this one. So Control C and Control V. So this I will retype it DA, HRA. So this is HRA. So this is there, and what else is there? PF tax PF. Okay, so PF, let us calculate what there is a tax, also there is a tax. So HRA, let's calculate tax, done. So tax, let me use tax, done. And what else is required? Then Control V, and what is the next thing? PF, PF, and what else? Next one, paste again. What else is there? Tax, PF gross pay. Okay, PF and gross pay. So let's go PF. So PF and what else we have? Okay, uh, gross. Let me just say gross, GROSS. Let me just paste it here. I think gross. This is gross. Gross. I've just pasted it. Last one is I think net pay. Net pay is the last one. Net pay. Net pay, net pay. No more comma because it is the last one to come. Okay, done. Hopefully everything is done. So basic is the input parameter, DA, HRA, tax. Let me just take it as I will reduce it to professional tax, PT. So let's say PT is for professional tax. Let's forget. It looks nice, is it not? Professional tax, PF, gross, net pay, and number. Okay. Now this is you can write it in single line and confuse yourself. Then you know very well procedure as you have to write procedure not as a procedure as then we will begin. The procedure will begin here and finally we have to end the procedure. I'll come back to that ending point later. And we are supposed to calculate it. What is that we are supposed to calculate? A lot of calculations are given. Even though when you look at here, when you look at this table, you may get you may find that okay, this is too much. But the things are very simple. Okay, what are the things? So if what is given over here? If basic is less than 2000, so if you say that basic, what is this basic? Basic I've done here. You know that basic. So if the basic is less than what is the number 20,000, I suppose 20,000. Okay, this is 20,000 or 2,000. So 20,000. This is 200, 2,000, 20,000. Then we are supposed to calculate a few things. What are the few things that we are supposed to calculate? Then DA is 35%, HRA is 8%. So let's go ahead and let's calculate that one. So then DA is 35% of basic. So 35% of basic. How do I write that thing? Basic into 0.35, 0.35. So 35% of basic. This is done. HRA is equal to 8%, not 8%. So basic into 0.08. Remember, not 0.8. 0.8 means 80%. It's done. Let's go with the else if. Okay, what is the condition? If it is not less than 20,000, what is the next criteria? Next criteria is we are going for 30%. See, you can use two ways like this because they said and here, okay, and they were specified. In order to satisfy their condition, you can put both the condition, but you notice that this condition is redundant because see, if the value is less than 20,000, it is there. So if you are coming here, that means the value must be greater than 20,000. So this part becomes actually redundant, but I'm going to use it because they have specified in their question. That's the reason. See, if you are coming here, that means it must be greater than 30,000. If it is equal to 30,000, definitely you would have used this line. So this part becomes redundant, but I'm going to use it because it is given in the question, so I can't help it. So they have specified it in the question, so I'm going to just use it. So I'm going to say that the basic, if the basic is greater than 20,000. Remember, this is not really required. 20,000. Hopefully, this is 200. Then this is 2,000, 20,000, and because they have given like that, I am typing. Otherwise, this condition alone is enough. Less than or equal to 30,000. So this is 300, 3,000, 30,000. Then okay, what is it? Then we are again supposed to calculate DA and HRA. I'm going just to calculate Control C and Control V. Okay. Let us look at the second criteria. Second one is 38 and 9%. So let's go and let's make it as 38 and 9%. So 9% done. Next condition, again, next condition, what they have said is 30,000 and less than 40,000. So I'm going to just select it, Control C to copy, and I'm going to just come here and let me just add here and press Control V. So if it is greater than 30,000 and less than 40,000, okay, I'm using this one. Remember, this part is redundant. Up to this, you can ignore it. You are going to get the same result even if you do that. So, but it is given here in the question that and the story is given. That is why I'm using and. Otherwise, it's not really required. So this is 40 and 10%. So the first one is 40, 40, 40, and 10%. 10, 1, 0. This is done. Next one. What is the next criteria? We'll just paste it here. Else, what is given? If it is greater than 40,000. So there is only one condition. If it is greater than 40,000. So else basic is greater than 40,000 and is not there. So only one condition here. If it is greater than 40,000, then this is 45% and 10%. So let's go ahead and let's make it as 45%. So this is 45%, 0.545 and 10, 1, 0. So that is it. For every if will have its end if. So let's go here and we're going to say end if. Every if will have its end if. So this is one criteria. So you're done with it. Okay, I've done some mistake here. So I'm done with the end if part here. Okay, so the begin must have end. So let me just put it. Otherwise, it will show me error every now and then. I don't like that. So every begin, every begin must have an end. So that story is also there. Let's go with the next part. And what is the next part they expect us to do? The next part that they expect us to do is calculate the gross, calculate the PF, calculate and the PT, and so on. So let's calculate the gross. How to calculate this gross? So gross is equal to, what is the condition? Gross is equal to basic plus BA plus HRA. So basic plus BA plus HRA. Done. And what is the next thing? What is the next thing? Next thing is PF is 12% of gross or 2000, whichever is minimum. So we have to go for one thing. So first you have to calculate 12% of the gross or 2000, whichever is minimum. So let us calculate that part. So PF is equal to what is it? PF is equal to, we are going to go with the function called as least. There is a function called as the least function. So least will calculate the minimum, okay, least among them. So least among the gross, GROSS, into 0.12, 12% of the gross, or 2000, 1, 2, 3, 2000, whichever is the least is going to calculate that. Next one, what is the next thing? Next one is a computer professional tax, that is PT, is 100 or 100 if it is gross is up to 25,000 or it is 200. So if the gross is less than or equal to 25,000, the professional tax is 100, otherwise it is 200. So let's put one if condition here. So if type it in capital. So if the gross is, let me put some gross. If the gross is less than or equal to 25,000, 25,000, 1, 2, 3, 25,000, hope that is 25,000, then it in capital. Then what is it? Then professional tax is equal to 100. That is what they have said. Professional tax is equal to 100 up to 25,000. Professional tax is 100. Otherwise, professional tax is 200. Else, let us say else, professional tax is 200. Done. And then I'm going to say end. What is this? End if. Done. This is also done. End if. So we have done with our work. Let us see what else they said. Okay, then they said that you have calculated the net pay. Net is gross minus professional plus the provident fund and professional tax. So let's go ahead with that thing there. So the net pay, remember, I use the net pay. Net pay is the reason why I'm using net pay is I've declared all these variables here. I'm using these variables only. All of them are output variables. So net pay is gross minus inside bracket whatever they have given. See, gross minus inside bracket professional tax plus provident fund. So provident fund PF is my provident fund plus professional tax PT is my professional tax. Done here. So with this, our procedure is created. So let's go ahead and let's see whether this procedure gets compiled or not. I'm going to just select, see how to select it. Just keep your mouse pointer here, click here, scroll up and hold the shift and press here. Okay, hold the shift and press here. It's going to select everything. Okay. Anytime if you have made a mistake, you know very well by mistake if you copy, if you deleted anything, you know very well CTRL plus Z. This will undo your last action. So you remember this thing. Okay, for those who don't know. So select it and then press Control Enter, and lot of errors are there. Basic X. What is this? Base X must be declared. What is the base X? Where is it? Base X. Ignored identifier base X must be declared. Oh, sorry. Base, sorry. Okay, how come this became X here? Okay. Just sorry about that. I don't know. X, how did it become X there? This is basic. Okay, everywhere it is basic. I don't know. Sorry. So let's go ahead and let's do that part. Control Enter, and your procedure is compiled successfully. You can go to the, if at all you want, you can go here, and if you look at this procedure, and you have compute pay. This is the procedure that I just created, compute pay, and my procedure is available here. Okay, just for your reference. You don't have to look at that, but if it is compiled, you are going to get it. Let us look at the next part here. What is the next part? Next part is after creating this, you have to, okay, so what is this one? You are supposed to now write a PLSQL program to display the employee bill using this thing. Using this procedure, you are supposed to use print the bill. So this is in this order. So we are supposed to write a, so here, and we are supposed to write a PLSQL program now. And you know very well how do you write a PLSQL program. We start with the declare, and we have begin, and we have end. This question is asked many times in the this theory exam. Write the structure of a PLSQL program. You must know first begin, then first declare, begin, and end, and in between you may get exception also. So you must be familiar with the idea of that. So let us start building everything. So what are the things that you must have here? See, if you look at this whole output over here, employee number, employee name, basic pay, you will get it from the database. All these things, BA, HRA, gross, PT, and all these things, you have to use this previous procedure to calculate that. So your previous procedure will calculate the DA, HRA, and all those things. So you remember all of them are out parameter. So you must have some parameter to receive them. So let us create all these variables here. I'm going to take it and say TDA. Use a small case TDA. T is temporary. Why it is temporary? Because whatever is getting out of this procedure, that is DA is coming out of this procedure, HRA is coming out of this. All these things which are coming out of this procedure will be stored in a temporary variable called as TDA. And I'm going to take, if you want, you can copy them and paste it, but I'm going to just take this is number, and the size of it is a 10,2. Let's say. So what is there? This is the one thing is over, and I will not waste my time. I will just Control C and Control V here. So next one is HRA, temporary HRA. So these are the calculated the results of the calculated value. Then we have temporary provident fund, professional tax, all these things, provident fund. Then we have the temporary professional tax, professional tax, PT, professional tax. Then we have what is the next one? Gross. So we calculated the gross and the net. Is it not? So temporary gross. This is I'm just storing the temporary values here, and the next one is temporary net. I'm going to just type a net rather than a net pay, okay, so that I can quickly type the content. So this is all the variables that we have, and according to them, we are supposed to open a according to the program using the for cursor. So we will use the for cursor here. So how to use the for cursor? We will start with the for every employee. So let's say for every employee in the cursor. So this is the cursor. What is the cursor? You're going to select everything from your database. So how can I select everything from the database? You know very well what is the statement. You are going to say select the details. Employee number. Let me use this emp number, employee number, employee name, basic pay, basic pay. So these are all the fields which were there in your database. Employee number, employee name, and basic pay. These were there in your database. So select from this basic from your table name. What is the table name? Employee details. Let me just type it in small case. Employee details. What is the name of this? Employee details. So EMP. What is this? Employee details. Somehow I got this word. Employee details. Okay. If you want, you can order them in the ascending order. This is optional. I will order it by optional. You just write it. What? How much time will you take it? Let's type it in capital. Order by emp number. Okay, employee number. Emp number. NUM. Okay. Order by emp number. So this is your cursor that you have. So what is that you are doing? You are selecting all these things. What is this? Employee number, employee name, basic pay, and from your employee details table. Okay, employee details table, and then you are ordering by this one. Okay, so this is your for loop, and we will loop across. Remember, this will open. It will open the cursor, fetch the record, and close the cursor. So it will do everything for you uh, rather than manually opening, manually fetching, and manually closing. This one for loop will do the needful things. So we will start with the loop here. So I'm going to say loop, L-O-O-P, loop. And definitely you have to end the loop at the end. We will let us first complete our work. Now we are going to call the procedure, just the procedure that we have created here. So what is the procedure? The name of the procedure is compute pay. That's the procedure. I'm going just to copy this one. For my understanding, I'm going to just copy this one, Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here because I have to call them. So this I'm going to call this procedure. So just to show you that I'm going to call this procedure. Let me type few. I think I can select this and press tab and slightly move it here. So let me move this one also here. Let me move this one here, just to make it look beautiful. That's it. Not really required that you have to put the tab. So the basic. So basic. Who is going to give the basic? So that story is there. So basic. Remember, I have to supply the values now. So for the basic, who is going to give the values? The basic value is given by this emp. So this is one record emp dot basic pay. Basic pay. So this is done. Okay. This is basic was the input parameter. So you are getting it. This is your output parameter. DA is your output parameter. Whatever that is coming out of this DA has to be stored in this temporary DA. So this will be stored in a temporary DA. Let me know that caps lock. Temporary DA. What about the HRA? Whatever that HRA is coming, you are going to store it in this HRA. So you are going to say this will be stored in HRA. Done. What about professional tax? Professional tax will be stored inside the temporary professional tax, PTT. So this is so what about a provident fund? Provident fund will be stored inside temporary provident fund. Okay. What about gross? Gross will be stored inside the temporary gross. Temporary gross. Okay, done. What about net pay? Net pay will be stored inside. I've used the temporary net, T net. Okay, done. All are called, and let's put the semicolon. So the procedure is called, and let me just put a tab so that you know that this is your procedure. So your procedure is called now, and now it is a time to show the content to the world. So we are supposed to show everything to the world. Now for I don't like to see the error message, so you know very well every loop that you start has to end with the end loop. So let's say end loop, so that that error message will go. Otherwise, it is a bit annoying to me. That is why I'm just pulling it out. So let's start with the output. What they are supposed, they have asked us to show, and what is the output they started. So this is the output. First, we have to get to the this part, that is pay slip. So this is easier to get it. It's one of the easiest thing that you can get in this exercise. How do you get this? You are going to say DBMS. Let me put it in capital. So DBMS underscore output dot put line. Okay, that's it. And then I'm going to just put equal equal equal, and then I'm going to say few more equal. Okay, then I'm going to say pay. What is that? Pay slip in capitals. So pay slip in capitals. Pay slip in capital, and then dash dash dash. Extra dash, and maybe also I will put some extra. If it is then just that's enough. Okay, done. What is the next thing? After this, you are supposed to show all these details. So let's start showing all of them. Again, I'm going to say DBMS underscore output dot put line. Okay, done. Put line. Let me show that thing. Put line. Let me put the semicolon here for that. What is the first thing that I am supposed to show? So let's look at what is the first thing. The first thing is this row, employee number and the actual value, and then the employee name. You notice that you have to pad right hand side, you have to pad with some space. Notice that here also right hand side you have to pad with some space. So some padding has to be done with the spaces. So we start with the employee number and then pad it, and then start the actual number there. So let's go ahead and let's do that thing there. If you look at the program that the input that I have given the number 1001 and 2 and so on. So we will have to show those values now, whatever input that we have shown here. So I'm going to say write pad, okay, type it in capital R pad, that is a pad on the right hand side. First, what is that we are supposed to show is the emp number. Emp number is the one that has to be shown. So I'm going to say EMP and number, emp number. Okay, done. And I'm going to put some spaces. Let's say 25 spaces, just to say this is the first part. So this is the first part. You got it. Okay, done. And then you concatenate it with something. What is that something? After 25 spaces, you notice that there is going to be a colon. So let us put that colon in a single quote. You can't just put that. It is a, you have to put it in a single quote there. Again, put the pipe symbol. You are concatenating it. And what is the next thing? Next thing, you are supposed to show the actual value, the employee number. So this is not the employee number, the actual employee number. Again, after this you have to pad it so that you can see the employee name on the other side. So I'm going to use the R pad after this also. I'm going to say R pad. I'm going to say R pad there. Okay. And under this R pad, I'm going to show the R pad, and I'm going to say, how do I get to this employee number? So you know very well, this is my emp is my uh, single employee, emp dot employee number, emp number, emp number. This is employee is one single record, and I have to show that employee number, emp number. You see there, emp number. I'm showing that emp number. Where is it gone? Emp number. Then pad it with some space. So how many spaces you can pad? I'm going to pad it with the 20 spaces there. Then again use the pipe symbol. Okay. Then what is the next thing? Next thing is we are supposed to show employee name. Okay. And then something. So let's start with the employee name there. So I'm going to say R pad. Remember, after that I have to pad it. So that I'm going to say R pad, and in a single quote, this is a static thing, emp name, employee name. Let's look at that employee name, employee name. Okay, and some padding has to be done. So employee name, comma, how many padding? So maybe if you want less than that, I will just put 20 for padding. Done. Then you have to put this colon here. So you put this colon here. You see that colon? You put that colon there. So you're going to say put the colon there. Done with that. Again, the last thing that has to come. What is the last thing? Is the actual name. So actual name will come here. So the actual name, how do you get it? Again, I think I can directly type it. There is no padding after this. There is no padding. You see there. After this, there is no padding. Okay, so there is nothing is there. So I can directly type how to get it. Emp is my record name, and I'm going to say employee name, emp name. Okay, so this is one row. This is one part you have typed. This is one part. So type. Similarly, you have to type the second one for the second thing. I'm not going to type this again. I'm going to select it, Control C, and I'm going to say Control V. Okay, done. Control C and Control V. Let us go with the second one. What is there in the second one is basic pay. So the first part is basic pay. I'm going to just change this one. Basic pay. So I'm going to say basic pay. So let's say basic pay. I think P is in capital. So let's say basic pay. Okay. Basic pay. Okay, done. Basic pay. And I have to show the basic pay here. So how can I show the basic pay here? So again, emp dot basic pay. So these are the fields which were there. Okay, and the next one, what is that I'm supposed to show? Basic pay is over. This part is over. PF, I'm supposed to show PF and the actual PF value. So PF, the next one is this PF. So how do I show that? P dot F dot. This is what they have shown there. P dot F dot. Okay, and the actual PF. Where is the actual PF? Actual PF is not there in the employee table, but the actual PF is the one that I calculated here. So this, where is this PF calculated? TPF. So this is the one that I'm supposed to show. So I'm going to say TPF is my uh, one of them. So done. Okay. Next, I'm going to copy it. One more row has to come. Control C and Control V. Okay. And let us see what is what is the next one. DA, and some value has to come. So let's start with the DA. DA is that one. Do I have a D dot A? How did they write it? DA, they have directly written DA. And where is the DA? So it is not inside this DA I'm calculating. You will notice that the DA is here. So TDA is the one. TDA is the one that I'm going to show. And what is the next thing? Next thing is professional tax, P dot T dot. So next one is P dot T dot, done. And where is this value? It is T T. So professional tax, mm, T P T. Okay, so this is what I'm showing, T P T. Is it not? T P T, done. Let's go with the next part. Control C and Control V. Paste it, and then let's go to the next part. Okay, done. And what's the next part? Next part is we are supposed to calculate. Let's look at what is that. HRA. So HRA. So let's calculate H dot R dot A. So this is H dot R dot A, HRA. And I am supposed to show this HRA, THRA. So this is the value. See, I'm getting HRA here. To let me make it as THRA. So just make it as THRA. All of them I said I will state temporary. So THRA. So here if you notice THRA. So it will come to THRA. So I just added this T here. So no, make a note of that. So here T was missing. I made it as THRA. And what else is there? After this THRA, there is nothing is there. Okay. See, if there is nothing is there, what you will do? You will just put blank here, okay, and nothing is there, and nothing is. I think nothing is there here, so there is no point in putting anything here. CHR is the last thing. Okay, that's it. Let's look at what is the next one. Next one is the gross. Just get this. Control C, and I'm going to put Control V. Okay, and okay, that's it. Gross. So with the gross, GROSS, gross. And where do we get the gross? You notice that T gross is the value that I'm using. So I will just delete this one and say T gross is the value. And what is the last thing that we have there is a net pay. So I'm going to say here it is net, NET, net space pay, net pay. So net pay is the value that I'm supposed to show. And how do you get this net pay? You notice that N T net, that's the word I use, T net is the net pay. After that, what is the net pay? After that, you are supposed to put dash, 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 dash. So let us put the dash, 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 dash line. So I'm going to put the DBMS underscore output dot put line. And I'm going to use this one just to use it here. And you have to put the star, I suppose. Okay, you're supposed to put the star. I'm going to put some star, not this 8C. Star. I think just make the things just to make it look neat. I'm doing that. Okay, I think that's done with it. Okay, we have the end loop and end. Let's put this one and put this one end loop. Select here, click here, and click at this point. Take Control Enter. If everything is going fine, you must be able to see the result. I will go here. See, student, be careful. You see two-headed arrow here. So you just move here, you get the two-headed arrow. So try and get two-headed. Click here and drag up, and you will notice the output that is coming here. And what I am not getting is EF. Nothing is not coming properly. Let's see what is not coming. I'm getting the employee name. Am I getting employee name? And I think see, these are base adjustment that you are supposed to do it. I'm not getting your PF here. So let's look at it. I'm not getting PF. I'm not getting. So let's see. Yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah, I think this space is extra. We should have brought it slightly closer here. Okay, we are getting everything. Look at here. We are getting everything, but this is it is going slightly far away. But is it here? See, if you look at here, it is not proper. But in my order, it is proper. It is properly coming. So I feel I'm going to keep mine because it's going to work fine. You see that 3i is there, and see this. It looks like a proper pay slip. Is it not? Okay. You see, this is one box, and this is also the other box. It looks slightly neat, and I don't know what has happened here. Some values are not calculated because I don't know whether. Oh, I think this is 2000 something. This has to do with the value that I typed here. I should have typed slightly more value. I'm going to go to my database. Just this second. I will go to my database. That is my table. What was the table? Employee details. EMP PCD EMP details. Employee details. Let me go here to the data, and I'm going to just move to this one as a 70,000 and click here, and let's go here and say commit. Done. Let's go back to our procedure, and I've selected the procedure. Control enter it. We're getting okay. Now we are getting it. The values was actually that value that I typed is very less. So none of the conditions are satisfied. So what to do? There is no PF, DF, nothing will be there. So it's just keeping blank there. So somehow I was not able to get the value. So now I got the value. I think my if condition is at the proper, if it is less than 20,000, then basically I should have got this value. But anyhow, now I got the value here. So this is the first pay slip, the second pay slip, and the third pay slip. This is what you are supposed to do it, not this one. So you got the good looking pay slip. That's all you are supposed to do it. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.